Is Minecraft too easy? I've seen this topic floating around for a while now, and it is pretty split opinions, I'm not gonna lie. And in this video, I'm gonna explain why I believe Minecraft is not easy. So, Minecraft as a base game has gotten quite a lot of stages of it to beat it in the last few years. First, obviously spawning in the world, then punching a few trees, getting some ores to make some armor, and then after that you go to the Nether, which is when you kill a ton of endermans, or use piglins, and finally go to the stronghold and kill the ender dragon. And you see, Minecraft is a pretty complex game, but the average Minecraft player is pretty good. So this is why the questions kind of came up. And people have always said that the game was definitely a lot harder back in 2011. So now, let's take a trip back to the older versions of Minecraft and just see if this was actually the case. In Alpha and Beta, there was no brightness slider on Minecraft, meaning that traversing at nighttime was increasingly difficult because you just wouldn't be able to see mobs as easier. And also the need for torches was much higher as well because like in caves, it was literally pitch black. And had I meant to forget to mention, the ability to sprint not being present was probably one of the biggest changes from then to now, because nowadays you can choose whether or not to just fight the mobs, or you can just evade them and run away, which is something that was not possible back then. And the game just gives you a choice whether or not to run or not. Another small but noticeable change was some of the key bindings not being changeable. It isn't the biggest thing ever, but it definitely was probably annoying to some players back then, and probably made the game a lot harder, considering you can't use your own keybinds for certain stuff. Ores and caves felt harder to find as well back then, and recently I did record a video on version 1.1, and it took quite a bit to find a cave that had like tons of ores in it, or just a really big cave in general. Armor back then really didn't have like too much of a difference though. The only thing that was the durability, because when you took damage, it still did the exact same damage with leather and diamond armor, which only changed when enchantments were added, like sharpness and protection, making it very easy to kill mobs and take even less damage from mobs with protection. Beds were even even bigger, huge thing that just made it so much easier. Being able to skip night is something that was previously impossible, and it just makes the game so much easier. So, we've talked about most of the changes that have made it a ton easier these past few years, but let's talk about what made the modern Minecraft so difficult. Minecraft's original hunger bar was not there, and replaced with that was a feature where if you clicked food in your hotbar, it gave you health instant, which seems pretty easy, right? And in modern Minecraft, the hunger bar is there, it's just added, where if you eat food, every time you get low, you heal. And if you get below 4 hunger bars, you just instantly lose sprint. And if you even get lower than that, then you start to die from starvation. It seems pretty bad, right? Another thing is the addition of mobs, like the Warden, which definitely adds some scariness to the game. Being in a cave and hearing that sound is one of the scariest things ever to me. But it's also incredibly powerful, and basically can insta-kill you, even with full netherite on, if you're not careful. Raids are also another thing that have made the game quite tricky, but most players can kind of take them out after a bit. And lastly, I would just say the change from 1.8 PvP to 1.9 is probably the big thing which is a bit difficult to grasp nowadays. And people still, that I know, just spam click instead of waiting their hits. And I think the big thing here though is experience. And it's just a big thing, because if you were a new Minecraft player, and just seeing all of this new stuff would just be very hard to grasp. And to veterans of Minecraft, it's a very simple thing of just going on Minecraft and just beating the game whenever they want. But after you beat the game nowadays, you have a choice, which back then was just literally just survive. And now there's just tons of other stuff you can do. Like most people just want to do their own building, most people want to build farms, and there's just a lot of choices. And people have their own goals, obviously, such as building the biggest farms, like I just mentioned, or even building some cool house, or just mining tons of chunks down. But in my honest opinion, this game is probably the hardest it has been in since it came out. And it shouldn't change at all, and it just shouldn't. But if you have a different opinion on this, or if you believe that I'm correct here, please do let me know in the comment section down below. And subscribe, because it is literally free. Why would you not want to? Anyway, no. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next week, and peace out.